evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you, Sanjay, for your kind words. And thank you, all the people who are part of the production. Wonderful to see you all of. It's like the same stage, so I feel like wanting to start presenting the show again. आप सबका स्वागत है. गलत बोल रहा हूँ? Okay. Thank you very much. And TED Talks India, नई बात, is kind of like going back to school. The only difference being here that I have to sit on the front bench when I'm forced to sit on the front bench and look nice and attentive to everybody who's speaking and expounding and talking about such wonderful ideas. Because in school, I would find myself the back bench, sit down there quietly and hide myself from the teacher and quietly eat toast and chicken inside my desk. And the first thing that actually, when I'm talking about growing up, is we talk about dreams. And every time everyone says, dream big and believe big and think big. But more often than not, dreams were basically just a big part of our imagination, a figment of our imagination. Nobody actually really believed that these dreams may come or turn into reality. And what I noticed today, or more than actually a year and a half back, the first time when I met all the participants in TED Talks India, Nai Soch, the first thing I realized is there's a whole set of new people, innovators, scientists, thinkers, young Indians here and abroad, who are not only just dreaming as part of a big imaginative process, but they really believe that it can be turned into reality. Lots of them came from very underprivileged backgrounds or lack of entitlement. But what they were doing was not very selfish. It wasn't just to innovate and invent and become famous or rich. The idea was to bring about changes in lives of people who were perhaps a little better off than them in some cases. And that to me was very unselfish, very motivative, and extremely wanting to become part of TED Talks India. Nai Soch then, and on to Nai Baat. And of course, Uday Shankar paid me a lot of money, that helped. That was nice. And Sanjay and Gaurav have been very, very kind. Get opportunities to talk to an intelligent man like Chris Anderson here and abroad. And of course, Juliet Blake, who's backstage, who keeps on correcting my English pronunciation. So I know how to say audacious. I used to say audacious. So she keeps telling it's audacious, audacious. So my English is also improving. And of course, I have my Trimurti here, Aradhna, Kausar, and Sonia, and Sahil, who was directing. And all of them get angry if I don't take their names. So thank you very much. It's been really a wonderful journey. And so many other people who are involved with this. But to me, the main thing was that there is this young set of people, sometimes not so young, because I'm the youngest amongst all of them, as you know, I never grow old. But there were some younger people on and off on the show, like just mentioned by Sanjay, 13-year-old Gitanjali, At 13 years, she's figured out a way to figure out how much lead there is in the water that we drink at home through some app on a telephone. And at 13, I just used to sharpen pencils to take the lead out. That's the only thing I remember. There have been some really wonderful speakers. I can go on and on. There's one lady called Kavita Devi. I'm saying all the names right. I'm looking at my team, Kavita Devi, who started this process, herself illiterate, married at the age of 12 from a small little village. And she figured out her life and started a newspaper called Khabar Lahariya, a whole movement where, she was able to entice other women who were uneducated, who were underprivileged, from backward classes and even scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, got them to start becoming part of this innovative process to take news, which is such a big thing nowadays and doesn't sound like news at all, but to take news and take it to the inner parts of the country and change the lives of these women and, bring changes around in the villages and the towns that she's working in. And there's this young man called Ankit who left his corporate job at 22 and decided, it's a simple logic, where हमारे यहाँ पे बहुत सारी शादियाँ होती हैं, खाना बेकार हो जाता है, वेस्ट हो जाता है, घर में हम वेस्ट करते हैं, हम लोग इतना सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, ज़्यादा पकवान बन जाते हैं अमीरों के घर में. अगर यही सारा खाना जो ख़राब हो रहा है उसको लेकर हम उनको पहुंचा दें जिनको खाना नहीं मिलता है. Such a simple thought. And before he knew it, what surprised him most was that he has about 8,000 or 10,000 workers who are called hunger heroes, and who joined in as volunteers. So amazingly innovative thoughts and beautiful ideas. And I start feeling always that, you know, being an actor, I want to first thank Star for giving me this opportunity, genuinely. I've even started designing my shirts with a star on them. And I was so touched by the fact that being an actor, it's important for me to, you know, sit, hear, listen, feel, understand where the younger India is going, what's happening to the coming India. And I don't want to be sounding patronizing by saying, क्या हमारा देश अच्छे हाथों में है? Of course अच्छे हाथों में है. It's just that perhaps people at my age, and a lot of you, may not be able to comprehend what young India feels, what they want to say, what they want to do. And it's really, really wonderful, you know, to get this opportunity. So I want to thank Star for giving me this opportunity. Also for converting this into 5 languages. I sound extremely sexy in Bengali. Ami tomake bhalobashi, baby. Yeah, just really, really cool. I sound really nice. Yeah. Even Nakolanga temple is a very like a baby. Every time I have to say baby when I speak in a different language. So the ladies understand. But I really want to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all of you for being here. And I think it's a family show we keep talking about in this times and times of OTTs where everybody is OTTing on stuff on OTT. I think it's very, very, you know, it's extremely important that we watch things as a community, at least at home. And I think this will make parents like me aware of what the younger new India is heading towards. And the younger ones, I think it will motivate them to understand that whenever they want to earn well, to become richer, which I'm a big promoter of, they need to do well, they need to earn money. But somewhere, if each business can touch and change the lives of people, and if they can intend to use that for a purpose and make lots of money and become very famous and become whatever they wish to, but somewhere touch and change lives of people through the work they do, like most of the speakers and presenters who've come on TED Talks India Nayi Baat have done, I think it'll be a big motivational thing to them. So it makes me extremely proud to have shared the stage with some of the real heroes of our new India. So thank you, Star. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Juliet. And yes, speaking of Juliet, I will use my best English to invite her on stage now, because she's a huge, big part of making sure that TED Talks India Nayi Baat came to India, came on television. It was innovative, new. And, you know, the reason that it would work and people would like it, inshallah, is because the speakers are handpicked, chosen, worked upon by Juliet, who really looks the whole year round, does nothing else but finds these people to bring them on stage on Star and present it to everyone here in this country in all the languages that's being presented. So thank you, Juliet. Please do come on stage and give us a perspective and all the other content that this year will hold. A big round of applause for audacious Juliet Blake.
So thank you, everyone. We are ready to get your questions. And just to get the ball rolling, I'll put one to Shahrukh. Shahrukh, season 1 to season 2. One big change that you noticed?
One was, of course, having to do it in 2 languages. I think...
Twice the work, right?
Yeah. And we're going to discuss the pay and all later after this. Languages, yeah. And I didn't give you the dubbing rights either. You know that, right?
And
I'm going to sue you right now.
That's
okay.
right.
No, it was great fun. I think all of us, most of the team and Juliet, everybody who was present even on stage, I think we started owning it a little more by the time we got on to the next year. And I've naturally turned it into कि हम सब के सब जो हमारी पूरी टीम थी जूलियट के साथ हम सब लोग जो हैं हमें लगने लगा कि शो पर हमारा ज़्यादा अधिकार है. अब मैं हर चीज़ हिंदी and then English में बोलता हूँ. That's the one change that has come over me. एक ये वाला बहुत बड़ा बदलाव आया है मेरी ज़िंदगी के अंदर.
No, thank you so much. Sanjay, you've seen some of the talks. You've seen what Juliet and Chris have been talking about this season. What are your impressions of the content?
I think it looks truly exciting and very inspirational. I think personally I've been moved with every chat that I have seen. And I think the hope and what I feel is that as it reaches people, it should inspire young India in a very, very significant way. So I'm personally very excited. And I think it should move the country, and having it in 5 languages. I think the attempt is now to ensure that almost every Indian who who can be on a TV set or on a mobile can get to see this show in their own language.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are open to questions. Raise your hands and I'll ensure we get a mic across to you. Yes, we have a lady right there on the last row.
Hi, Gaurav and Sanjay, this is the question for you. Kalpana from Ad Gully. In today's stage of, Saas Bahu dramas doing so well or, as assumed doing well, how do you think that this show will catch the imagination of the audience? Shahrukh, you can also answer.
Thank you.
आई थिंक बहुत अच्छा प्रश्न है आपका और ये सवाल हमसे कई बार पूछा जाता है जब भी कोई ऐसी चीज़ हमने की है जो अलग है उसमें सवाल ज़रूर ये आता है कि ये चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा। हमारा ये मानना है कि हमारा कर्तव्य है और हम चाहते हैं कि हम ऐसी कहानियाँ दिखाएं हिंदुस्तान को जिसको देख के लोग इंस्पायर हों और सोचें कि इससे मैं क्या सीख सकता हूँ या मैं क्या सीख सकती हूँ। सो मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर फैमिलीज़ बैठ के साथ में देखेंगी, पेरेंट्स और बच्चे साथ में, सो ये उनको बहुत प्रेरित करेगा और सोचने को और उत्साहित करेगा कि मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ के क्या कर सकता हूँ। सो आई थिंक इट्स अ शो विच विल रियली चैलेंज द आइडिया ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट। जो लोग सोचते हैं कि केवल गाना और संगीत या केवल नाच एंटरटेनमेंट है, वो एंटरटेनमेंट नहीं है। आई थिंक ये सबसे बड़ा और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण एंटरटेनमेंट है, हमारा ये मानना है।
शाहरुख, आपसे सवाल है, इस बार टेड टॉक से आपका क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा और टेक अवे क्या है? एंड यू ऑलवेज इंस्पायर अस, तो ऐसा कोई स्पीकर है जिसने आपको इंस्पायर किया हो या कोई आपका फेवरेट स्पीकर रहा हो?
ये थोड़ा कठिन सवाल है. It's a little difficult question. They ask me for my favorite speaker.
I can ask that.
You understand that? क्रिस को भी हम हिंदी सिखा देंगे ज़्यादा ज़्यादा. We'll teach you Hindi also by the time you're done with this. I think it's a little थोड़ा सा मेरे लिए कठिन है ये जवाब देना, क्योंकि मैं बहुत सच दिल से कह रहा हूँ. मैम ने भी पूछा सवाल. I think नई बात से ज़्यादा लोगों को प्रभावित अच्छी बात करती है. अच्छी बात मजाकिया हो सकती है, अच्छी बात गवैया हो सकती है, अच्छी बात नचैया हो सकती है, अच्छी बात गंभीर हो सकती है. आई थिंक एंटरटेनमेंट के सिर्फ दो महत्वपूर्ण भाग होते हैं, या तो हंसाए खिलाए एंटरटेन करे, या दूसरा एंगेज करे. एक्चुअली दैट्स व्हाट वी ऑलवेज फॉरगेट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट कंटेंट व्हिच विल होल्ड अस. इट्स आइदर एंटरटेनिंग और एंगेजिंग. आई थिंक टेड टॉक्स इंडिया, नई सोच, नई बात, अच्छी बात, is actually extremely engaging. You know, you meet people, you talk to people, they are not only expressing their ideas, these are ideas which are impacting lives also. आइडिया देना बहुत आसान होता है, बातचीत करना बहुत आसान होता है, लेकिन उस मार्ग पर चलना बहुत कठिन होता है. छोटी सी बच्ची आई 13 साल की, एक थे मैं अरू को कॉफ़ी, am I right? एक I forget the सुंदरमा जी करके थे. There are so many speakers जिन्होंने बहुत सिंपल चीज़ को लेकर बहुत बड़ा बदलाव लाया है. And I'm not only talking about goodness and social service. All of them are intending to do business, and this is what they want their life to be. Earn from it, make a living, and change lives of people. So there were so many speakers that I was impressed by, and also I get an opportunity, मुझे एक मौका मिलता है, that I can peep into the minds and hearts of people who are innovators. You know, so when Juliet says I sit down there and I'm listening to stuff, I'm actually more than listening, I'm absorbing it. It has changed me as a person, and I'm not just saying it because I'm doing this show. Like you said, perhaps it's not in your face entertaining. There's no song and dance, which we always believe is the entertaining format that we like to see on television. But I think the engagement of this program is there because it's absorbing. It is going to make you think differently, and to be able to think differently in the humdrum of everyday life, I think that's what entertainment is. So I'm impressed by lots of them. जितने भी speakers हैं, मुझे बहुत 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 motivate करते हैं, genuinely.
Hello. Hi. My question is to Chris. What has been your experience in making a show in India as compared to that in other countries? And have you watched any legit Indian content? What's your view on Indian content?
There is no parallel to this in any other country. vision and ambition that Star have brought to it. They're just, we don't have a partnership like this. So I mean, I think it's thrilling and remarkable what's happening. You know, many people are familiar with watching a TED Talk, but the experience of watching an hour of TED Talks is actually different. Ideas intersect with each other, and what you get from one will build on what you get from someone else. And so, you know, I think at its best, people can just feel deeply inspired and see something. Every individual may see something that someone else doesn't see, because you've got different connected ideas intersecting in your mind. So I find that really exciting. And this format, you know, the level of effort and attention to detail, this genius as host, I'm very jealous of you, Shahrukh, I have to say, makes it, arguably, it's the best instantiation of TED anywhere. We're reinventing the campfire, you know. This is a new form, this is a very old communication form. So much of communication today has degenerated into text messages, short, being thrown around without much thought, without looking someone in the eyes, it's not very human. That's not who we are. That's not how we learn to communicate with each other and persuade. You know, for hundreds of thousands of years, humans gathered around campfires and listened to each other, listened to storytellers and wisdom, and learned from each other, and found inspiration in that, and found the ability to get aligned with each other in that process. That is what is so exciting, is the reinvention of the campfire for the modern era. And I think the possibilities of that are huge, and it's never been more needed.
शाह साहब, आपके सामने विकास फ्रॉम न्यूज़ नेशन। सबसे यादगार पल शाह साहब अगर आप बता पाएं जिससे इमोशनली आप कनेक्ट हुए हो इस शो के दौरान।
एक्चुअली बहुत सारे हैं जो हॉट स्टार पे आते रहेंगे. We made little snippets, you know, at the end of the show. I won't say enjoy is the wrong word, but I really felt like doing it is because somewhere, बहुत बारी, when I did a show, there were so many feelings which overwhelmed me, or thoughts, or even emotions, that I really needed to take it out there and then and say it. So I used my being an actor as an excuse, and they gave me a camera and a microphone and asked me those things. Otherwise, I could live with lots of thoughts, lots of moments, lots of things that these people have spoken on. And सबसे ज़्यादा बात जो मुझको छू गई इस शो के दौरान वो ये थी कि बहुत सारे लोग खुद जो हैं इतने privileged नहीं हैं, इतने entitled नहीं हैं, इतने well off नहीं हैं, not only आर्थिक तरीके से, but otherwise just they're extremely underprivileged. और ऐसे मकाम से दूसरों की ज़िंदगी को बेहतर करना सोचना बहुत बड़ी बात है. I think that is the most important message that I got from this, is that you don't need to be entitled yourself to change the world and do social service and charity. You know, there's a gentleman, I don't know if you saw him, one of the things he said was that the worst thing you can do is charity. It takes away self-respect. And that was genuinely a learning lesson for me, something I truly believe in also. And to somehow empower people into believing that what is being done for them is not just being done for them, it's being done for the betterment of mankind, and nobody is going to try and jump over the credit of this or feel good about it. I think that was the most touching experience, that there are speakers who come from very, very backward classes and want to change the lives of people whose life is perhaps at that point also better than theirs already. You know, I think that was, and just a little bit of addition to your question, you know, with Chris and Juliet and the team, TED Talks is something which is awe-inspiring. Whenever I've seen it, they gave me the opportunity to come to Vancouver and speak, and it was even more awe-inspiring and sweat-inspiring on stage. Very nerve-wracking. You know, for someone to come with a format which is already so established, loved, liked, and revered, and put it on television, understand the culture that India belongs to, and for Star to not take it over the top and make me, you know, outstretch my arms only. Look at the essence and them to innovate genuinely. This talk has been walked on Indian television for the first time. It's really amazing what Chris has allowed, you know, people to access from this on Indian television.
Hi, Juliet. This side. First of all, welcome to India. My question to you, would there any opportunity for these speakers to talk in international trade forum?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Would there any opportunity for these speakers in international trade forums?
For these
Ye-
speakers
yes,
to speak on
ab-
international
absolutely,
forums. at TED.
absolutely. I mean, one of the speakers who spoke last year has already given a TED talk in English on another TED platform. And when we shot the pilot, we had an amazing speaker, Chetna Gala Sinha. We invited her to come and speak in Vancouver at our main conference. She got a standing ovation, and her message was, don't give poor advice to poor people. And at the end of the conference, when we do a survey and we ask people to say the 3 things that they have remembered from the conference, many people on their survey form remembered that one line. And honestly, it's such a powerful message. And I'm having lunch with her tomorrow in Delhi.
Yeah, a huge part of our motivation for this is not to kind of come from the outside and bring ideas, to India because India needs these ideas. No, no, no. It's really the opposite. There is so much brilliance here, so much innovation, so many people. The wisdom in this country, in many languages, not just English, to have a chance at getting access to that, and over time, yes, translating and making available broadly. That's fundamentally what our mission is. It's ideas are for everyone. They can cross borders. They need to be shared for the good of all.
I'll tell you a secret. I prefer working here than in America. And I'll tell you why. It's not easy because my husband doesn't like it when I'm here, and neither do my children. But the work here is much more pleasurable. This is a very collaborative country. People like each other. People want each other to do well. And there is a feeling that education matters. And you learn so quickly. And I'm not being funny. In America, we spend weeks and weeks and weeks with speakers as they learn their talks. Here, because most people learn by rote at school, you can make changes in the morning and in the afternoon they've learned it. It's incredible. That's a gift.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Yes, right in front. Yeah.
From an intelligent country of intelligent minds, how difficult it is to scrutinize the best speakers. 1.3 billion population.
Really hard, but Juliet should answer that. Yeah.
There are so many talented people in this country doing so many amazing things. This series can run for many, many more years. We have a whole incredible production team who spend the whole year looking for speakers, finding speakers, and we do a lot of due diligence on them to make sure that their work is their own original work. We look for ideas that are going to make a difference. And it certainly is not just me, but we have this great team of people, and we all work very collaboratively on it. So it's a journey, but we find the very best people, and we already have ideas for the next season. So,
yeah,
So
hi,
this
this is
press-
Sakshi from E24.
All right.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे है शाहरुख सर ऐसे शो को होस्ट करने के लिए इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस की बहुत ज़रूरत होती है एंड आप हमेशा ये अपने कैरेक्टर्स के थ्रू या फिर इंटरव्यूज़ के थ्रू हमें पता चलता है आप काफ़ी इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट हैं आपकी लाइफ में ऐसे कौन से इंस्टेंसेस रहे हैं या कैरेक्टर्स रहे हैं जिसने आपकी इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस को बूस्ट किया हो थैंक यू
एक्चुअली जो हम काम करते हैं उस काम में सबसे बड़ी प्रैक्टिस ही यही है उस काम की सबसे बड़ी ज़रूरत और अहमियत यही है कि हम इमोशनली अवेयर रहें कोशिश करें और जो काम हम करते हैं स्पेशली जो काम मैं करता हूँ उसमें बहुत मौके मिलते हैं कि इस इमोशनल अटैचमेंट को इस इमोशनल कंपैशन को हम भूल जाएं क्योंकि हम रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी के अंदर जो काम करते हैं वो बहुत ही सेल्फ ऑब्सेस्ड है खूबसूरती के बारे में है अपने आपकी नुमाइश करने के बारे में है so sometimes you do forget you're so self-involved with the work that you do but I must tell you this because and I'm not just praising because we are part of one team जब हम शो शुरू करते हैं so Juliet comes and talks about a person Sonia comes and talks about a person Kausar comes and talks about a person कोई लिख रहा है कोई उनके बारे में समझ रहा है कोई सिर्फ ट्रांसलेट कर रहा है कोई ढूंढ रहा है Aradhana comes and only talks about herself. But no, I'm joking.
how dare you?
I'm joking. They all come. in my room, and उनकी आंखों में उन लोगों के लिए जिनको ये जानते भी नहीं हैं, शायद उनके लिए लिख रहे हैं, ट्रांसलेट कर रहे हैं, उनको तैयार कर रहे हैं, सेटअप कर रहे हैं. There is so much compassion and emotional attachment already कि मैं समझ पाता हूँ कि ये जो बोलने वाले हैं ये, because I don't meet them before they speak. That's one thing Juliet and the whole team has decided. I just say good afternoon to them or evening, depending on the time I wake up. But I don't really meet them and spend time with them. And I think shows like this, moments like this, opportunities like this, and that's why I really thank Star and Chris for giving me this opportunity. And I'm not trying to be modest about this. Actually makes me in touch with reality, real people, real emotions, and keeps me grounded. So a lot of the emotional intelligence जो आप जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं, वो मुझे इस प्लेटफॉर्म से मिली है, और मैं इसलिए हर साल ये करता हूँ. मैं जेन्युइनली बता रहा हूँ, मेरे को टीवी पे स्टार ही मुझको बहुत सारे शोज दे दे. But I really enjoy this. I feel bad there are only 7 or 8 shows and we finish them in 7-8 days. I wish it was like EPL, 6 months.
We couldn't afford you.
Okay, so this press conference is also digitally live on Hotstar and across the social handles of all of Star Network. So let's answer a few questions from our viewers online. The first one coming up on Twitter, Vineet is asking, "Hi Juliet, I'm from Mumbai. How did you select the speakers this time? What were you looking for, and how does life after TED Talks India change for speakers?"
Well, I've already answered the first part of this question, so I'm just going to answer the second part of it, which is that all of the speakers who have the TED Talks India Nai Soch and now Nai Bat experience, it changes their lives. It gives them opportunities on a global stage because so many people see their talks and they let us know that major things have happened to them. It's an extraordinary thing. It happens at the TED conference as well, but there's such a modesty with many of the Indian speakers. It comes as a great shock to them when suddenly they're invited to have a fellowship or to go and give a speech where they would never have been invited to give a speech before, or they get funding for their organization. So this is a magical place, and I hope that when you watch the series, you'll realize that these speakers have put everything into their talks, but they also, I hope, will get a lot from it.
Thank you. And the next one coming up is from Oi Fraser. "Hi Chris, I'm from Palghar. What kind of influence do you think TED Talks India Nai Baat will have on audiences?"
Thank you, Oi Fraser. I guess two things. First of all, there's just knowledge, the sharing of knowledge. Ideas that land in someone's mind, that can actually change what you do in 20 years' time. It's empowerment. That's why everyone in this country seems to be obsessed with education. It really matters for everything. But it really matters how that knowledge is received. Some speakers are able to connect with audiences just on a deep level where it's not just the knowledge coming in. It lands, it's on fire, it sort of explodes in your brain. It makes you motivated to do something. Call it inspiration, call it whatever you want, but that is the magic often that we're looking for. People with something powerful to say who can say it in a way that deeply connects. And I would say that long term, the big impact of TED on people is that it shifts them from being sort of spectators of life, maybe cynics about life, and sort of fearful of the future and seeing the future as something that is coming down the tracks at them come what may, to being agents, to believing, wait a sec, I could actually shape that future. The future isn't written yet, I could add some words to it. And that is such a beautiful shift. I think it's profoundly healthy.
Yeah, thank you. We have a question coming through Facebook. Janet Gilani. "Hi SRK, I'm from Surat. कौन से talk से आप influence हुए जो show के shoot होने के बाद भी आपके साथ रहा?"
मुझसे ये सवाल यहाँ पर पूछा गया. थोड़ा अनफेयर है. बहुत सारी टॉक्स हैं जिससे मैं इम्प्रेस ही नहीं, बहुत मेरा ज़िंदगी में बदलाव भी आए हैं, लेकिन कुछ ऐसी टॉक्स हैं जब वो बात करना शुरू करते हैं तो मुझे लगता है इस बात से मैं एग्री नहीं करता हूँ. मेरा एक सिनिकल एटीट्यूड है. वी ऑल हैव आवर ओन रीजंस फॉर लाइकिंग एंड डिसलाइकिंग अ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. फॉर एग्जांपल, sorry I look because I don't want to pronounce names wrong. Tahira, here was this young lady and she was talking about how she used the internet and social media to talk about what she was going through. I'm anti that. I don't believe in this. I think it's completely wrong to do it. I don't think one should do it at all. And I don't do it. I don't go and think, even sometimes when people tell me you're an actor, if you make a comment on this, it will bring a change. No, I don't believe in it. There are some things which are personal, you keep it to themselves. I don't agree with her, but when she started speaking, at least I'm being able to see the point of view. I may still not agree with her. I think talks like that, where I start seeing the other point of view, are extremely, how do I say, mind-opening. That I'm not constricted to just my point of view, and I think this is the only way to be. I'm seeing the other point of view. I think those talks are the ones which have impressed me most, stayed with me, though I still haven't changed.
Okay, we have a question coming through on YouTube. Hi Gaurav, I'm from Delhi. Star Plus stands for रिश्ता वही बात नहीं. तो इस सीजन के स्पीकर्स में क्या नई बात है? हर स्पीकर में कई सारी नई बातें हैं और इसीलिए ये सीज़न हम सब के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा महत्व रखता है. और आपने इन स्पीकर्स की थोड़ी बहुत झलक आज उस वीडियो क्लिप में देखी जो जूलियट ने आपके साथ शेयर किया और आपने अभी शाहरुख साहब को भी सुना. बट दो स्पीकर्स मैं आपके सामने उनका जिक्र ज़रूर करना चाहूँगा. एक है 13 साल की गीतांजलि राव, जिन्होंने कि एक ऐसी मशीन बना ली है जिससे कि आप पानी में कितना लेड है ये उसका कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं कुछ सेकंड्स में. और जिनको जवाब में शाहरुख ने एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत जवाब दिया है, उसके लिए आप शो का इंतज़ार कीजिए. बट द इंटरेक्शन बिटवीन Shah Rukh Khan and a 13-year-old, where the 13-year-old has the last laugh, is something worth waiting for. I think there are many others. Shah Rukh mentioned the person who's reimagining how charity should happen or should not happen, and how should people really think about creating a world which is far more equal and giving. So there are many very, very interesting speakers that we are all deeply proud of to put before an audience, which will hopefully be of tremendous scale and will add as fuel to take their ideas further and make them much, much stronger. One more question, last question coming up from Mansi for Sanjay. Hi Sanjay, I'm from Pune. Star on India always innovates to inspire with its shows and content. Is there an idea from this season that can potentially inspire and impact global change?
Hi, Mansi. I think that's a really, really tough question and the last question. But let me say, I think the big thing I feel that as we live in this country, India, is that there are serious challenges around us and adversity around us. And I think each speaker here that will come will show you that in face of adversity, they've been able to find a beautiful answer, an answer which is locally relevant, which can do in the cost that we can afford as Indians, and will inspire, hopefully, innovation globally. So I think to me that idea that this show actually is built on is the idea that will have impact globally, I feel.
Thank you so much. Okay, one final question from the audience here. Yes.
Hi, Sarita from FIFA Foods. सबसे पहले शाहरुख और स्टार प्लस की टीम आप लोगों को बहुत धन्यवाद कि आप लोगों ने इस समय हम लोग नई बातें सुनने और उससे प्रभावित होने के लिए खुले हुए हैं. उस पे गौर फरमाते हैं आप ये इस शो का अगला सीजन लेकर आए. और शाहरुख हमेशा मुझे याद है काफ़ी बार विश्व के कई कोनों से नई लोग चीज़ें करते हैं उसके बारे में डिस्कस करते थे. इस शो में इस सीजन में ऐसा कौन सा एक दो स्पीकर आए जिससे आपको लगता है कि देश में इस वक्त बदलाव हो सकता है? अगर मैक्सिमम लोग ये बात सुने बहुत बड़ा बदलाव होगा और ये नई बात वाकई नई बात साबित होगी.
आई थिंक बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं इसमें. मैं जो है इसका ना यूनिवर्सल मैसेज बताता हूँ, क्योंकि इंडिविजुअली स्पीकर्स के बारे में the whole idea of TED Talks is that they talk about what they've done instead of us telling you what they've done. It really sounds nicer when they, with their understanding of their subject and why they walked on this path, when they talk about it. But generically that I can talk to you, और मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ. Main बात ये है कि बहुत छोटी समझ, what I understood from this show is, you know, sometimes we sit at home and we say, अरे यार, if it was like this, every idea that comes to you, however minuscule and small it is, कितना भी छोटा हो, कितना भी साधारण हो, actually idea का जो scope है, वो आप पे depend करता है कि आप उसको कहाँ तक लेकर जाते हैं. तो जैसे अभी I think आए भी पहले यहाँ पर एक innovation की हमारे जो कबाड़ उठाते हैं, कबाड़ी वाले न्यूज़पेपर्स वगैरह, जो हमारे ज़माने में बहुत बड़ी बात थी. हफ्ते दर हफ्ते आते थे, बाहर आवाज़ लगाते थे, कबाड़ी ले लो, पेपर ले लो. They used to come and sell it, and they still exist. Maybe that job is turned around. It doesn't work like that anymore. But here are these young people who took that as an existing structure, corporate, uncorporate, but completely existing, और हमारे देश में उनको काम की ज़रूरत थी, उन्होंने कहा हम इनको इस्तेमाल करते हैं गंदा बुरा पुराना प्लास्टिक उठाने के लिए और उसको वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लास्टिक में तब्दील करते हैं. There is efficiency in the thought, there is social concept in the thought, there is innovation in the thought. Instead of going and employing so many people or figuring how will we do it, such a big job, they found an existing role of people that exist there, and then to turn it into a world-class plastic manufacturing or making unit. I think all that is such a simple thing. कि यार ये जो कबाड़ी लोग हैं ये क्या कर रहे होंगे, मैं थोड़ा प्लास्टिक को पुराने को करके नया कर लूँ. This thought must have come to us 100 times. So I think the generic universal message of TED Talks, I think everywhere, on international stage, on India television, I think the main thing is whatever comes to your heart or mind as a simple idea, don't let go of it. It can change your course of life and the course of millions of people. I think that's the main thought that I've taken away from these 2 years.
Thank you so much. I'm really sorry. We'll have to. Okay. Okay, please go.
हाय रवि फ्रॉम एबीपी न्यूज़. शाहरुख, आपकी आखिरी फिल्म दिसंबर में आई थी पिछले साल ज़ीरो. उसके बाद काफ़ी रूमर्स आए कि आप ये फिल्म कर रहे हैं वो फिल्म कर रहे हैं. आपने डिनाई भी किया. अब सब फैन जानना चाहते हैं कि आपकी अगली फिल्म कौन सी होगी. इसके बारे में क्या जल्द ऐलान सुनने को मिल सकता है हमें?
Actually, I spoke to Sanjay, Gaurav and Uday and I said this is the platform where I want to announce it. This is it. यहीं आऊँगा और यहीं सबको बताऊँगा. और अब देखिए मेरी अगली फिल्म आने वाली फिल्म का ट्रेलर.
Isn't it TED Talks the movie?
मैं अभी यार सोच रहा हूँ, मैं थोड़ा वक्त ले रहा हूँ. I'm working on 2-3 scripts and inshallah as soon as they are ready, I'm ready because most of the people who I'm working with are busy. So मैं inshallah खुद announce करूँगा. और जब तक rumors जितने चल रहे हैं, some of them have given me ideas. Yeah, there was one film people said I'm going to do Tarzan and Jane. वो Tarzan का रोल करने के लिए मुझे बहुत दिल किया. But yeah, I think inshallah another month or two I'll figure out the time and everything and then do it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. All of you have been a lovely audience, and thanks a lot to the entire team here that has put this evening together. Many, many thanks. I'd request everyone on stage to just get together for a photo op, please.
And thank you, Gaurav, for handling the show. I'm like Chris is envious of me. I'm envious. So if you want a cheaper anchor, you already have one. I tell you honestly, he's really a cheap person. Thank you.